Allow me to set the scene. You start in a new world, you find a nice village pretty close to spawn, you grab a bed or two, and you start getting some tools. Night comes before you're ready, but you simply sleep in a bed, no problem. But the next day, as you're exploring a bit, you hear a voice. Egg.
Your house is on fire.
Did you say my house was on fire? Your house is on fire. And lo and behold, we're not alone. So I did a blind playthrough of the Playmate mod. I knew that my friend had added a mod, but I didn't know what it was, not even the name. I had a strong suspicion that it was a horror mod, but not really much beyond that. This was all done on Twitch, which I'll have a link to in the description, so feel free to follow me there, as I might do more of this content over there. When I started the world, nothing really jumped out to me. My friends told me that I shouldn't sleep if I wanted to progress through the mod, and I had pretty much no tools or anything, so I slept. And to my complete surprise, the mod did something I had never even considered from a horror mod. It burned down my house! I didn't take the message at face value at first, but no, I went back to the village, and my bed was gone, and the house was on fire. So when I started making an actual base, I made it out of stone so that it wouldn't burn. Unfortunately, this still didn't stop the monster from burning my bed. So while I bought myself some time, I would find myself pretty quickly running out of beds. A few days later, we finally had our first real encounter with a monster. Seen only out of the corner of my eye as I fled, the monster wanted to play a game. I would hide, and it would find me. I am...
I'm looking for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 12, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. I'm going to look for it.
That would have been a good one, yeah. I think I'm okay here, though. Or at least it would try to. It's not very good at it, it turns out, and it can be evaded by simply blocking yourself in. I later added to my house a little hole under the stairs where I could run into and hide if it popped up again in my house, and that worked perfectly fine. So, while I was prepared for that event, I was expecting others. However, as it turns out, it's kinda all it does. It burns your beds if you sleep, and it plays hide and seek if you don't. There is a mode where you can be the seeker, which is also pretty easy, as its idea of hiding is just sort of standing in the open, like 25 blocks away from you. Overall, I have to say this mod is kind of disappointing. If you want to do a shorter playthrough, it's kind of lacking in content, not very challenging, mostly just annoying as it burns your beds. If you want to do a longer playthrough, the lack of content is even more apparent, and the bed burning is a pretty crippling feature. As a horror mod, I feel that this falls flat. The first time each of the events happened, I was a bit spooked, but I think I scared myself more with my extreme paranoia. I mean, at one point I thought I was seeing stuff in the sky and the monster would be some sort of eldritch horror. But looking back at the video, there was nothing there. The design of the monster is also kind of disappointing. It's just kind of a black silhouette. I think this mod would shine in replacing phantoms. I feel that while it's not a great horror mod, it's not a terrible feature. Minus the silly arson and with tempered expectations, it can be quite a good punishment for not sleeping long enough. And the means to do this exist already in the mod. You can disable it burning your beds, and you can also disable phantoms using vanilla Minecraft game rules. I think that's what I'll do with it moving forwards in my world, and I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. The lower score is mostly from not having much content and not being very scary. I was considering giving it a lower score, but I do think the phantom replacement idea will work pretty well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I want to remind everyone to check out my Twitch in the description. Also, if you did enjoy, that's what the like button is for. It really does help when people like, especially on smaller channels like mine. Peace out. Also, I kind of thought of this after recording and editing like the whole video, but rate my house. It's obviously very unfinished. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I was a bit limited in using stone because the monster was going to try to burn down my house. But I'll improve on it next stream, so tune in. And thanks for watching.